That night, everyone thought it was just another interview. But within the first few minutes, their expressions, body language, and one small, sparkling detail in someone's hand instantly set the internet ablaze. Sukai and Songyun's names were once again in the spotlight, and what happened in the studio slowly became the hottest topic in the Chinese entertainment world. Celebrity Conversations is renowned as one of the most prestigious interview shows in the Chinese entertainment industry. For years, it has been a platform for top actors to discuss their careers, latest projects, and their perspectives on the ever-changing entertainment world. When it was announced that Sukai and Songyun would be guesting together on the latest episode, fans immediately speculated that it would be an exciting one. However, no one was fully prepared for the moment that unfolded mid-interview. Sukai entered the studio with his trademark relaxed demeanor. He is known for his confident demeanor on screen, but sometimes shows a shy side when talking about his personal life. Songyun, on the other hand, sat with a calm demeanor and a warm smile, lightening the atmosphere. The two seemed like longtime colleagues, and from the very beginning, their chemistry was immediately natural. The hosts opened the discussion with fairly standard topics. They talked about their latest projects, the production process, and their experiences working with the creative team behind the scenes. Sukai talked about the challenges he faced in his latest role, while Songyun explained how he chooses projects that he believes have strong stories. The conversation was relaxed, filled with small laughs and the occasional humorous story from filming. But gradually, the direction of the interview began to change. The host, known for eliciting interesting stories from his guests, began to touch on more personal topics. He asked how the two actors dealt with the pressures of the highly scrutinized entertainment industry. Songyun answered honestly that fame often comes with great responsibility, and maintaining a work-life balance is the most difficult. Sukai initially appeared to be trying to keep his answers professional, talking about the importance of focusing on work and continuing to learn as an actor. But when the conversation touched on his personal life, his expression changed slightly. The studio audience could see him struggling to contain his awkwardness, even letting out a small laugh before answering the next question. A truly captivating moment occurred when the camera focused on Sukai's hand as he was explaining something. A previously barely visible ring suddenly reflected the studio lights. Within seconds, viewers on social media began to notice the detail. Many wondered if the ring was just a simple accessory, or if it held a much greater significance. The host seemed to notice the attention the ring was drawing. With a curious smile, he subtly brought it up in conversation. Sukai immediately burst out laughing, as if realizing that the little secret could no longer be hidden from the cameras and the millions of viewers watching the show. Songyun, sitting next to him, couldn't help but smile when the topic came up. She tried to keep a calm expression, but her spontaneous reaction only added to the excitement. The studio audience began whispering, sensing that this interview might turn into one of the most memorable television moments of the year. Sukai finally lifted his hand slightly, revealing the ring in a less dramatic manner. He explained that his life had indeed undergone some major changes recently. The answer didn't fully explain the situation, but it was enough to pique the public's curiosity. The host then tried to dig deeper, but kept the tone light. He asked how Sukai deals with the rumors and speculation that frequently arise online. The question seemed to give the actor an opportunity to explain his perspective. On a more serious note, Sukai said that being a public figure means being prepared to face various rumors. He admitted that not everything can be explained to the public, but he always tries to be honest with himself and those closest to him. The answer may seem simple, but many viewers felt there was a deeper message behind it. Songyun then added her perspective on life as a famous actor. She said that sometimes people perceive celebrity life as perfect, but in reality, it's not always that way. She believes that the support of friends and family is the most important thing for surviving in this stressful industry. The conversation warmed the studio atmosphere. The two actors seemed increasingly comfortable talking, even occasionally teasing each other with lighthearted comments about their experiences working together. The audience began to see another side of their seemingly close professional relationship. When the host brought up future projects again, Sukai explained that he wanted to try more challenging roles. He felt that as an actor, it's important to constantly evolve and not get stuck in a single character type. Tan Songyun agreed, adding that a strong story is always his main reason for accepting a project. However, even though the conversation returned to career topics, public attention seemed to remain focused on a small detail that had surfaced earlier. A short clip of the ring moment had already begun circulating on various social media platforms even before the episode had finished airing. Outside the studio, fans and entertainment industry observers began discussing the possible meaning behind the ring. Some considered it simply part of Soo Kai's personal style, while others believed it was a hint at a new chapter in his life. Interestingly, neither Soo Kai nor Tan Songyun directly confirmed or denied the speculation during the interview. They chose to keep the conversation focused on their work and careers, even though it was clear that the topic had captured everyone's attention. As the show drew to a close, the host asked one final question about their hopes for the future. Soo Kai replied that he simply wanted to continue working with inspiring people and creating works that audiences could enjoy. Tan Songyun said that she hoped to continue telling stories that touched people's hearts. The studio lights finally began to dim as the interview concluded. The audience gave a long applause, while the two actors stood and smiled at each other before leaving the stage. On the television screen, it all seemed like the perfect ending to the interview. But in the outside world, the discussion was just beginning. Video clips, screenshots, and various theories began to fill the internet. The evening proved once again that in the entertainment world, sometimes the smallest details that emerge unexpectedly become the biggest stories everyone is talking about. Some particularly observant fans even noticed that Soo Kai's gestures throughout the interview seemed slightly different than usual. They pointed out how he subconsciously played with the ring on his fingers several times while speaking. This small detail immediately sparked a flurry of theories. Some argued that it was simply a natural habit when someone wears new jewelry, while others felt the gesture indicated that the ring had a deeper meaning. On the other hand, Tan Songyun also drew attention for her reactions during the interview. Many viewers noticed how she smiled when the topic of the ring came up, as if she knew something that hadn't been fully explained to the public. Despite this, her expression remained calm and professional, leading many to wonder if she was simply enjoying the relaxed atmosphere of the interview or if she actually knew the story behind the small detail. Entertainment commentators also began to offer their opinions on various talk shows. Some noted that moments like this were an example of how an interview can turn into a major event just because of one unexpected detail. In the age of social media, every small move a celebrity makes can become a major topic of conversation, and that night served as a clear demonstration of the intense public interest in the lives of stars. Meanwhile, both Soo Kai and Tan Songyun chose not to comment further after the show aired. Their silence only served to fuel public curiosity. And perhaps that's what made the moment on Celebrity Conversations so memorable. An interview that started out seemingly ordinary but ended with a bit of mystery that kept millions talking long after the studio lights went out.